Welcome back, everybody. Now today, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be pulling off, in my opinion, the most impressive solo of Winter Soldier that there is, or the most challenging that there is. Now, I know 3 years ago, Sweda did a one-star Wolverine Realm of Legends solo, but yeah, rating wise, these guys are about the same, so they have about the same amount of power. Um, and yeah, so this is with the new champion Purgatory, and Purgatory after this solo is absolutely insane in my opinion. Now, if you have 100 charges on the Bloodthirst, you see that orange buff, and you use the second medium, it power drains. And the reason I keep on power draining is because if you see that buff with the 8, I'm trying to get that to 9, and I just got it to 9, and it just turned into a skill logo. Alright, now that I've got that, now I can go for the SP3. And since I have everything set up properly, this will do a very big amount of damage. And since I just got that special one out of them, I do throw off the my SP3. Alright, and this SP3 is taking off like 5%, which is 23,000 damage. And that is from an unupgraded 3-star, which is very, very impressive. And this solo only took 15 minutes, which is very, very insane. I don't think I would have ever really dreamed of doing this. I don't think I would have ever even tried or thought it was possible. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep explaining Purgatory. So, alright, so whenever you land a hit, you gain a passive power gain that increases by just a tiny bit. And once they all expire, then you do get regenerate on the block. Alright, and the reason that we keep going for SP3s, besides for the big damage, is because you can see that other power gain. Now that is relatively slow power gain. It fills all 3 bars in 35 seconds, but combined with the power gain that you get from just hitting into him, it does help quite a bit. Now, this power gain is a little bit overpowered, but just so you guys know, this isn't even like the top power gain. What I mean by that is she has 60% reduced power gain because this is so fast. It's, I'd say, faster than most people. Actually, it all depends on how aggressive you are. But throughout this fight, we are going to keep on baiting a lot and lots and lots of SP, lots and lots of SP ones from him, because the SP2 will do a lot of damage. Thankfully, the regeneration into the block really helps, and I'm pretty sure it regenerates 60% or something like that. I can't remember the exact amount, but yeah. And this solo only took about like 500 hits or so. And a Sabretooth 4-star rank 2 will be coming out soon. A solo of Winter Soldier, and he took about 1,000 hits. So Purgatory is very, very, very insane. And I did the 3-star challenge with her. She did very, very well, except for the Abomination, but that's because she is not a poison immune, and a lot of people struggle on the Abomination unless you're poison immune. Yeah, if you're poison immune, the big challenge is Thanos. If you're poison immune, you actually have very high standards, since the people in the final quest of Act 3 are very easy. It's like the Realm of Legends people. Alright, but I'm trying to beat out an SP1 right here. It works, and I go for my SP3 right here. My Purgatory is unawakened. I'm not running suicides or anything like I'm not running suicides or any masteries that I don't normally run. Now, she also has a little bit of nice immunities. She has incinerate immunity just naturally, and she has bleed immunity. But you do need um, but you do need a certain synergy. And for this solo, we're not even running boosts. This is completely her. No boosts, no suicides, and yeah, 150 hits through, 70% down. I say that's pretty good. All of this damage is coming from the SP3s. I think in the whole fight, we maybe take 1% off from actual just like combos and hits. All right, but yeah, so we get to the SP3. I try to bait out the SP1. It works. And now it's time to rethrow off that SP3. And yeah, I like, if you play with Purgatory, you see this SP3 a whole lot. It's not, you gotta get used to seeing it. But the fact that an unupgraded 3-star is doing 22,000 damage, even if it's a really big health pool like Winter Soldier, that is still very, very impressive. Alright, so we get out of the way of that SP1, and we start to bait out another one. Alright, and it works. Okay, but I forgot to explain Bloodthirst a little bit. Alright, so Bloodthirst, it's gray right now, and it's going down rapidly. You gain 5 charges each time you block a hit, you get hit, or you land a hit. And the longer it's been without gaining any Bloodthirst, the faster you drain. And yeah, once you hit 100, you get about double the attack power. But with having these SP3s so big, you only get about 1,000 extra damage, which helps. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. So right here we try to bait out an SP1, and it works. Alright, and then we throw off the SP3 yet again. I think we throw off, I should have counted how many SP3s we throw off during this. But yeah, it is very insane. And yeah, this is probably not the longest fight I've ever done. It's probably been longer. My first Labyrinth of Legends solo took about 15 minutes. This took about 16-ish minutes, about 17. But I throw off another SP3. I'm wondering how fast it would be if I didn't need to throw so many SP3s, and if I had boosts / suicides active. Alright, but I get out of the way of the SP1, and Winter Soldier still has a tiny bit over 50% health left. Purgatory has 62%. We are trying very hard to just keep on baiting SP ones, and here I'm going to bait another SP1. We have gone down to 0 Bloodthirst, which is a tiny bit annoying, but the more Bloodthirst you have, doesn't matter. It only matters if you have 100 Bloodthirst. So like, if you have 0 Bloodthirst or 99, it won't make a difference. But 0 and 100, yes. Alright, but another 22,000 damage off, and yeah, we get out of the way of that SP1. Alright, now we get out of the way of another, and we continue to gain power very quickly, very nicely. Alright, now it's time to bait out another SP1 before we throw off that SP3. Alright, he's not exactly budging. Alright, but we're losing Bloodthirst very quickly. We had 24, I believe, when we threw off this SP3. But yeah, so we get another really decent amount of damage off, 22,000. The fact that an unupgraded 3-star is doing that much is like beyond insane. And Purgatory is a very fun champion as well, and she's going to be very high on the tier list for this solo. In my opinion, she is better in longer fights. I think she's going to be really good in Realm, Labyrinth, or Abyss. So if I can get like a 5-star version, I would be like very, very satisfied. I'd want to see how she would do in Labyrinth and Abyss. Alright, but we have dropped Winter Soldier down to 40% in 320 hits. And, alright, but, yeah, so I get the parry, and, I throw off another combo, and the reason why I sometimes end in light attacks is because, I don't want to get power drain, because I have already received all of the, I already have passed a bar of power 9 times. So yeah, sometimes I just don't want to do that. But it only power drains you if you are in Bloodthirst. And another thing about the power draining is there's a little bit of a benefit that if you do the power drain, it does suck up half a bar of power, and it does power drain you. But it does put an incinerate on them, and it doesn't do a bad amount of damage. It does pretty good. Yeah, now I throw off that SP3, and I hit him, and ready for the final stab. Takes off another 2%. Alright, but now let's try to go over the synergies. So keep in mind that this is a 3-star, and there is a new Purgatory is a new champion, so there won't be any unique synergies outside of like her synergies, if that makes sense. And because I only have a 3-star, I don't have that many. But we have Guillotine on the team for so we can instantly gain the Mystic Crossfight class soul at the first fight in the quest. We have Immortal Abomination on the team for a 20% chance per captured class soul to instantly regenerate 20% health before being knocked out once per fight, which is very, very helpful. It's kind of like the Hela Angela, I'm pretty sure. I haven't used it in a while. But, and for #Dimensional Beings, you gain bleed immunity and 20% ability accuracy and an extra 900 armor rating. And we have Venom on the team for an extra 6% attack with Guillotine. And all symbiote champions gain plus 4% attack and health just by the synergy of Venom by himself. But I don't think that really does anything. I don't think Purgatory is a symbiote, but I could be totally wrong. Alright, but we are down to 22% to be exact. And now we are going to bait out one more SP1 and go for this SP3 yet again. So you are very, very good. You are very patient if you have watched this SP3 this many times. You will get tired of the SP3 after a while, probably, of playing with her. But I played with her for about an hour today. And yeah, it's been fun. Alright, but I get out of the way of that SP1, maybe even like an hour and a half today. But let's get out of the way of another SP1. And let's throw off the SP3. I believe we have like 4 SP3s to go left in this fight. Yeah. Alright, so I just continue to keep on throwing in combos, and I get out of the way of the SP1, and yeah. Now you could go for the SP2. It does give you some nice degeneration damage, but I don't really want to go for the SP1. The SP2. I think the SP3 does much more damage. But let's talk about her signature ability. I do not have it unlocked, but the duration of Mystic, Cosmic, and Skill Souls are increased by 1 to 35%. The potency of the Tech Mutant and of the tech and mutant souls are increased by the same percent. In the 1 to 35% that I said earlier, that is all dependent on the signature level. All right, but I think we have to throw off 2 more. Yeah, it's 2 more. SP3s, the next one only gets them down to 1%. Barely any health. But yeah, okay, so I get out of the way of that SP1, and I forgot to mention one thing. Alright, but when you fight people, or when you win fights, you capture souls of different classes. Okay, so for Mystic, when they activate a special attack, you regenerate 60% of the damage taken from blocked hits. When filling a bar of power for Cosmic, nullify 1 buff off the opponent. If that is successful, you gain an unblockable for 2 seconds. For Tech, when filling a bar of power, you get an armor break on them, reducing it by a lot. And Mutant Souls, when the opponent activates a special attack, power steals 66% of their remaining power. And for the skill, when a damage over time on the opponent expires or purifies or fails, you get a slow passive on them, which you probably have seen throughout this. In Science, it does nothing, and these do carry on from fight to fight, which is very nice. Okay, but that does wrap up this this solo. And I'm very impressed by Purgatory. I expect her to be pretty high on the tier list. But everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure to comment new videos you want to see. I'm always looking for new ones. And make sure to follow the Instagram. It tells you a lot about my MCOC account and my channel. And just, yeah, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys later.